Today we're going to be both installing and uninstalling the Herrington Arms P320 Magwell, and then later we're going to get into some frequently asked questions. Starting with the assembly, obviously remove it from the packaging, and then you're going to want to remove this little screw out of the back of the Magwell itself. And then what I like to do is I like to look in my frame of my gun and check and make sure that there's no debris in both of these little pockets here, because that's where the mating parts of the Magwell will actually go in. So go ahead and check and make sure that there's nothing in there. This gun looks to be good. What I like to do is just start the Magwell onto the bottom of the gun. You see we got it close, but there is an air gap between the Magwell and the frame. Then you're going to get your screw on your Allen key. And again, you're going to want to use the provided Allen key here. I don't recommend using one from a kit, just because there's a chance if you round this out, it will be kind of hard to get the Magwell out of the frame. So then you're going to push down on the bottom of the gun and start threading in the screw into the back of the Magwell. This is going to be probably pretty tight. I'll stop halfway. You can see that the screw is actually touching the frame, and the reason it's doing that is to stop it from the Magwell actually ripping out. So if there's a little bit of resistance, you should expect that the screw is going to be rubbing on the bottom of the plastic, and that's just to help it hold the Magwell in place. So we'll continue here. Go ahead and push down relatively hard on the frame. You want to get this Magwell seated up in here as close as you can and continue threading it on. And what I'll do is I'll get it tight with the long end, and then I'll pull it up and I'll look and see if there's much of an air gap between the Magwell and the frame. Here it looks pretty good. You can also set it on a flat surface and give it a tap. And what that's doing is if there's any plastic that is swaged in front of the Magwell, if it was kind of a tight fit, that is just going to push it in all the way. Sometimes with injection molding, there can be residue or the tolerances aren't perfect, so this could be a little tight. And while not all frames are going to be like this, there is the occasional one, so we like to mention that. If it is tight, you can just give it a couple taps or contact us at customer support and we'll walk you through exactly what you may need to do. So now that we have it down, pushed all the way on there, everything is tight, we can bring it up and tighten it with the short end where it is convenient. Obviously it'd be pretty hard to tighten it this way down on the table. So we'll just go ahead and do this. Give it a look, make sure you don't see much of an air gap. You may see a little bit of an air gap. Frankly, that can happen and it's not going to hurt anything. Here we have an extended mag. We'll go ahead and test it. Fits good. Another thing I like to do is to check the stock 17 round mag. Our Magwell actually allows these to fit, so you want to test that. And I like to slam it in, lock the slide back, and then push down on the top of the mag. You can see it's locked in place. You're also going to want to just do a couple reloads. Make sure it doesn't take too much effort to get that click. You want this to work. If the Magwell is not seated all the way, this mag will just fall out. For example, if I put it in too gently and you push down on the top, it'll just come out. It'll just come out the bottom. So we do not want that. You want to make sure you get this seated all the way. And it depends on what frame you have. You can expect a little bit of an air gap, but just try to get it as close as you can. You basically want it looking exactly like this, and you'll be good to go. To uninstall the Magwell, it's really simple. It's just one set screw. Just going to go ahead and loosen this up on the back. You might have to use the short end. Loosen up one bolt, and then it slides right out. Super simple, not too much to it. If you did add blue Loctite to this, I would say you might want to reach out and get a new screw from us, just because Loctite's not really necessary for this, and it can definitely make it a lot harder to install it. So some questions we got all the time is something I've already kind of talked about, and what if I have an air gap between the Magwell and the frame? Well, you can try by pushing down on the table a little harder when you tighten down that set screw. You could try tapping it like I did earlier in the video. And if you're still having issues, just reach out to us. We'll have you send some pictures. We'll try to diagnose what's going on. Maybe there's some extra material in the pockets in the frame. We can have you clear out with a knife, or you can send your Magwell back and we'll see if it's something wrong on our end. Will your Magwell fit standard magazines from Sig Sauer with the standard base plate? As I already said earlier, yes it will. No issues there at all. We designed this magwell to work with these. We found it incredibly frustrating that a lot of magwells on the market, you could not use the mags that came with your guns, so we fixed that. And with that, you're gonna have these little divots in the magwell, and theoretically it could cause an issue with the reload, but I have hundreds of reloads on this and I'm never hung up because of these cuts, so keep that in mind when you're looking at this product. You will be able to use your standard magazines, where some companies, if you buy their magwell, you probably won't be able to use this mag. Will our 320 magwell fit on compact 320 frames? The answer is no. This will only fit on the X full frames from Sig Sauer. It will not fit on the compact frames that use an entirely different solution. We are actually working on a magwell for this, but it is not out yet. Will this magwell work on any aftermarket frames? The answer is also no. As I said earlier, this only works on the X full frames, and a lot of other manufacturers do not use this dual post pocket like Sig Sauer does on their frames. If you guys like this video, we'd appreciate a like and subscribe. If you like seeing these install videos, drop a comment down below. We'll see you next time.